a closer look at the stuff that Bill sent me. Afternoon, YouTube, here on a Saturday afternoon. I have completed my appointed rounds, as it were. I don't really have appointed rounds, but you know what I mean. I watched YouTube, all the videos, and caught up on that, and thinking about working on the Sensei a little bit, or at least contemplating what I want to do next. And I kind of don't want to forget about it and leave it in the unfinished projects section, waiting on the parts. Those are supposed to be in, who knows, with Chinese. The heater is out for delivery. Also have another item I ordered, a screw holder, is out for delivery, so hopefully those will be here shortly. I have something else I was going to do. Well, oh yeah, I was going to be going to my daughter's house to play cards this evening, but that's changed, and now Kylie's coming here, and I believe she's going to be with me for a couple days while her parents are in Chicago, and so that'll be fun. Probably won't make any videos, but you know how that works. But like I said, I really want to. Oh, that's the other thing, was the Fisher amplifier. I think I have a plan of action on it. I have been studying and studying. I know you guys don't see me studying, but I have been. And yes, I am still wearing a hat and my sweatshirt because it's cold. So anyway, the Fisher, I come up with a plan of action. I was gonna originally, until I found out the cost, was gonna buy the actual transistors that it needed, which is an NTE 182 and 183. Those, however, are at least $20 a piece, and don't see that happening. So I'm going to try to give it one more shot with the replacements, and what I'm going to do is remove every component from the right channel amplifier. Now you guys may think I'm nuts, but I'm not. That's actually a good plan, because the only thing I can, at this point, the only thing I can figure out is a bad solder joint, bad, you know, something of that nature. Something's not right in the circuit. Every component was tested, every component's good, and it should work, but it's not. So we want to take out every component on the right side. It's not that many components, don't get freaked out. And then I'm going to test each one out of the circuit, completely test it, make sure it's perfect, there's no problems with it, and if it's good, put it back in. If it's not, replace it. It's just that simple. Some people have suggested that maybe one of the transistors have shorted again, and possibility, obviously. Even Bob thinks maybe the output transistors have shorted once again from whatever. I don't know, but this will again hopefully prove that everything is good. Once it's all put back in, it should work fine. Again, I'm going to try, like I said, I don't really want to spend $40 for 2 transistors. Actually, I think it's 4 transistors. You usually get 2 each time you order them. And also I have some of that case design, TO27 I think is what it is, in my junk. Not really my junk, it's my new old stock stuff, and I just haven't been able to find them. But I know I have that case style because I've seen them, and they're green. I can just see them in my mind exactly what they look like. But I'm going to look for those again and see if I can find those, and that would be the best thing if it was possible. And I'm not saying they're the exact same transistors, but you know, it's a chance. There's always a chance. I know they were amplifier chips because when I had my shop and bought those, that's what I was replacing, was amplifiers and stereos and things like that. So there's a really good chance that they could be the right ones. So gonna do that. Next up is, like I said, I'm going to put the Sensei back up on the bench and contemplate on where I put my parts. There's been some speculation about that also, and I'll try to clear that up a little bit, I guess, as best I can. And I might even put a part or two on, because there's a couple, 3 things that can be done while waiting on those capacitors. So I may do that, and that's what we're going to do next. So stay tuned for that. I'm back with you again, YouTube. As usual, I have changed my mind. I thought I seen this as I was reaching for something else. I saw this package that Bill sent. I thought, you know, probably a good idea to go through and see exactly what's in here. For the starters, these E-caps here are 220 at 35. And there are 3, 6, 7 of those. Nice. The resistors are all, and I can't show it to you, but they all measure 2.17 or 2.18 kiloohms. And you can see the markings on them. That really doesn't look like any kind of markings that come anywhere near that value, but that's what they all are. And I'm going through and checking each one of them, make sure that's exactly what all of them are, and then I will put them in the drawer and mark them as such. Now the smaller ones, smaller E-caps, are, if I could see good enough, which I can't, I'll have to see with the magnification. Look like they're 10 microfarads at 5 volts, I think. 15 or 5, I can't tell. I'm gonna say 15 volts, 10 microfarad. So that's a common value. That's a good value. And I'll go through and make sure all those are the same. And that's what I'm doing. So I'll come back, bring you back, show you what we end up with. Alright, I'm back with you again. The smaller E-caps, I misspoke, they're 35 volt at 10 microfarad. And there's 14 of those. These again are 220 at 35. And the resistors, now this is something I have never seen in all my electronics experience, is I don't know how many there are, but you can see there's quite a few there. Every one of these measure either 2.17 or 2.18 ohms, or kiloohms, I'm sorry. 2.17 or 2.18 kiloohms. I've never seen anything that close. I mean, that's great. And like I said, they're not obviously not marked right, but they are very, very close. According to the gold band, that's usually a 5%, but these things are right on the money. That's unreal. Anyway, like I said, I will put those in a drawer by themselves, because they're all exactly the same. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like a 2.2, maybe. I'm guessing. Is what that's. I mean, that's the closest standard value. They would all be in tolerance for 2.2, I think. Let's see what I say. 2.17. Yeah, 18. Yeah, both of all that would be, that'd be in spec for 2.2 kiloohms. So, and these are, I think, 1 watt resistors. They look like 1 watt. I know the ones I've got are half watt. So I'm pretty sure those are 1 watt. So those are good, nice. I can always use resistors. Thought about messing with the amplifier here. It may look like I'm trying to avoid that Sensei, but really want to wait until all the parts are here before I do anything with it. This is my thoughts on this. When he showed this originally, was that this little spot right here where it says plus is plus. That was my thought. I mean, I don't know if Bill tried that or not, and
but it's you know, kind of looks like it would go there because it's. I mean, if you look at it, let me untangle it a little bit here. Get this right around here. I've got this wrong here. There we go. All right, there. Now, if you look at it, this could easily go right there. Whoops, I'm not showing you, am I? And that's where I think it goes. Now, Bill said it didn't look like it had ever been soldered there. Well, that may be why it's not there. Maybe the solder came loose or it wasn't soldered properly, but there is a plus there. And if you look at the other one, it says minus. And there's a box around that also. I don't know if I can get a close-up of that or not. Remove these resistors before I do anything bad with those. I'll try to zoom in just a hair here. Alright, now you can see, let me get my pointy stick. Clearly, if I could find my pointy, oh there it is. That is a plus. And it's right there on that hole. Anyway, that's my thought. This is a minus. If you look at this box around here, I would say either one of those are minus. That would be my thoughts on it. Again, I may not know what I'm talking about, but the lead would connect to that area there pretty easily. So I think that's what I'm going to try. I didn't really see any other places on here. I didn't really look that hard, but and you know, I know Bill said he couldn't see the traces on top, but there are traces on top of this board, and it is hard to see them. But I could tell when he was showing the board, you could see. Well, you can see over here. I think there's a trace right there, trace right there. So if you look at it, you can see those, I think, maybe. But that's the way I'm looking at this thing. And again, that's what I'm going to give a shot at. And we'll do that maybe later on today or something. I don't know. I may do it now. We'll see. Alright, give me a break, or give me a break. Give me a little bit of time here and I'll come right back. Alright, I am back again. I did ohm this out. This plus and this thing in the box here, space, are both connected. There is continuity between these two places here, and there is continuity between this place and this minus over here. So I think either one of these are plus, and this is minus. That is my opinion. For what it's worth. That and you know, whatever will get you a cup of coffee. But you know, as far as ohmage is concerned, continuity, whatever you want to call it, those two spots on the end where the plus is, now the box apparently has nothing to do with it, unless that's just the box where it's marking that's where the power goes. That's a possibility also. But I'm thinking if I put that power lead in either one of those holes right there or there, I'll be hooked up to the proper place. Obviously something's been connected here and here, and again that is those two right there, and I didn't measure this one here, but I guess I can real quick because I've got my meter sitting there. Alright, I'll get a little beep now on the meter if we get continuity. Let's see if I can do this without messing everything up. Now I'll show you this one and this one, and let's try this one over here. Yep, all three of those are the same. And now if you watch this, whoops, so there's your continuity, and I think that pretty much proves where that's got to go. So that's what we will do. I'm going to go ahead and heat up the soldering iron and give it a shot and see if it works. Be right back. Alright, well, I have it hooked up. I have the input for the audio from the phone and everything is connected as it should be, I think. I mean, as much as I know about it. I'm running it off a 9-volt battery. Most of these little Chinese things will run on those things. Nothing's getting warm. Volume control up and down. I've done both that way. Nothing coming out of the speakers. I have both speakers connected. And here's the, like I said, everything is connected as it should be, I would think. So obviously, this is not working. Now, whether that's the fault of the little transistor or the little amplifier or what, I don't know. But I do know it's not working. I'm assuming that's the volume control. You know. So, like I said, I have plus going to, pretty sure it's plus, and minus is going to, pretty sure it's minus. Inputs are in. So, maybe this doesn't work, Bill. Maybe it's just not no good. Don't know. Did George say he had this actually working? I don't remember. So, anywho, that was an attempt. Let's see. Let's double check the phone. Make sure it's still playing. Yeah, it is playing. We'll turn the volume up just a hair. Whoops. That's all the way up. Coming out of the phone. That's all the way up coming out of this. As I said, nothing's getting warm. So, there's a problem somewhere. I don't know where it's at. But it's somewhere. Alright, well, I'm going to cut this here and go on with something else because this is just not working. I was really wanting to hear it work, to tell you the truth. But if it don't work, it don't work. So, we'll be back in a bit. Back one more time. I have the amplifier still hooked up. A couple things I found. This was on the line in, the inputs, the black lines here, you see. Stripe says plus. That's not correct. So the stripes are negative. And I reversed the lines on that. That didn't have any effect, which I didn't think it would, because it really doesn't matter that much. So next, what I did was to take this and turn it over on the side and check each one of these pins on the chip. And that chip is basically all there is to this circuit. There's a capacitor and maybe some surface mount resistors or something like that in there. I don't even think there's those in there. But there is absolutely no voltage on this chip. Now what I'm going to do is look up the chip number and find out which pin gets voltage and then try a direct connection there and see what happens. So I may be back, I may not, never can tell.